Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is John Ciet. Well, I believe that one of the most underutilized concepts on a day-to-day basis in our own lives is the idea of blind faith. What I mean by that is just simply believing in things despite seeing them or knowing it for absolute fact. No, there are things that we take for granted all the time in our day-to-day lives and really exercise blind faith selectively, and then at other times where we choose not to do that. I'll give you an example. So when you go to the doctor, you think about it. How many times, whether you went to a foot doctor or a back doctor or an internist or a neurosurgeon, whatever type of doctor you went to, I challenge you to think about the time that when you went to see that doctor and the doctor suggested, based upon the challenge that you had, that you needed to have surgery, that you asked the doctor to see their license, that you asked them to see their diploma, that you asked them to see their grades, their transcripts from medical school. I will guarantee you there's not one of us listening here to this broadcast that has asked for that information. In other words, we had this faith, this blind faith, that the person who was talking to us was qualified to give us the diagnosis and the prescription for resolution of whatever challenge we had. It's so interesting that we'll do that. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you got on a plane and poked your head into the cockpit and asked the pilot, how long have you been flying and where did you get your license? And have you ever been in any accidents? You don't do that. I mean, it's just not customary. We exercise this absolute blind faith. You're putting the doctor and the pilot in control of your life, and yet you exercise blind faith. So my question for you is, why can't we exercise that same blind faith when it comes to the business of real estate, when it comes to the challenges that we face in our everyday lives as we go through and try to achieve the things that we want, when we set these goals and we know what it takes in order to get it, and yet there are times we forget to exercise this blind faith and we start to question whether it's going to work, whether it works for us. Well, it works for others, but it's not going to work for me. I've tried it. It's people don't understand. My situation is different. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, all of that is just simply a distraction from what I believe can be one of the most powerful and leveraged possibilities or concepts that any of us have at our disposal, which is that blind faith. So I just want you to think about whatever your goals are, whatever things that you say that you want to achieve that are difficult or seem so impossible, to really just say, if I exercise blind faith, the same level of blind faith that I exercise when I go see a doctor or when I get on a plane, that if I did the same thing and just simply assumed that it was all going to work out, what could I accomplish? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, you would blow your mind in terms of what you could accomplish, the things that you would do if you exercised that level of faith, of blind faith. So my question for you is, do you know what you want? Do you know what it's going to take? And are you going to exercise blind faith and just simply do every day what you know you need to do and watch the miracles happen? Give these things some thought, and as usual, I'll see you at the top.